What's up guys, Ecom here, and I'm back with my first ever knife review. Now, this review isn't going to be your typical Benchmade, Kershaw, or Spyderco. This one is unique. I found it over on Instagram, and it comes from our good friends over in Russia. That's right, Russia. This is from Custom Knife Factory. Now, the knife I'm going to show you is called a Daboia, which is a snake, a kind of viper. And the name is very fitting. And once you see the scales, you'll understand. Now, this knife in particular was made by Kevin John, which, if I'm correct, is a Chinese maker. And he just started branching off on his own. He's a Chinese designer. And I also believe that the knife was made in China. And it's distributed by Custom Knife Factory in Russia. So made in China, distributed by Russia, and it ended up here in front of my camera. Now, guys, it wouldn't end up in front of my camera if I didn't see some kind of value in it. And you'll understand as soon as you see the knife and the price tag that goes along with it. Now, first off, you get this cool little pouch, one of these felt line deals. This is how the knife ships. Comes just in the pouch, no box or anything like that. Comes with one of these microfiber towels, or cloths, whatever they are. Very cool. Something actually useful. And now on to the knife itself. We got the Daboia. As you can see from the scale, it's got that almost snake-like appearance. Now, let's let you look at that for a second. We have a titanium frame lock. We'll start at the end. I'll walk you through this, guys, because it is packed with features. Alright, right up front we have the Hinderer Spanto grind. Perfectly executed. Beautiful satin finish in S35 VN, which is a premium steel for those of you who are not familiar with it. One of my favorites. We don't have a single swedge, but a double swedge. You can see where the second one starts here and ends up top. Perfectly even, perfectly executed. The fuller, or this milled out portion here, has a bead blast finish or some kind of orange peel finish. Also nicely done. The thumb stud has a tritium, not some cheap glow-in-the-dark garbage, but a tritium insert. And we have the bolt on the other side, the screw. Now you might be looking at this and thinking, well, where's the pivot? Yeah, that's right. Hidden pivot too, guys. A skeletonized and chamfered flipper tab. We have milled out titanium for the frame. More tritium in the 3D molded pocket clip. There's our pivot. A proprietary or somewhat custom pivot. The knife itself rides on ceramic ball bearings with its flipper design. It has a lock stop or a lock over travel built right into the frame, along with its early lockup and steel lock bar insert. We have our titanium backspacer with the integrated loop for your lanyard, nice and recessed. We have hidden stop pins. You can see the channels that they disappear into. And they're gone. Now, a knife loaded with this many features should cost a bundle. It's certainly no slouch, that's for sure. Now the action, as you can tell, beautifully smooth. Relatively quick for a blade this size. It's not the fastest, it doesn't fire out like a rocket, but fires every time and locks up every time. Now, one thing to note for you lefties out there, if you're pushing on the lock bar because of the detent, it almost locks it in place. See? See, I'm pushing on the lock bar. So just note that, lefties, that you can lock up this blade by pushing on that lock bar. But I'm a righty, and that is not an issue for me. You lefties just have to keep in mind to keep your finger up here and off the lock bar. Now, with all those features in mind, how much would this cost? Honestly, if you were going to buy this from an American maker, or if Spyderco were to produce this, or Benchmade, or whoever, how much would this cost with the S35VN, the tritium inserts, milled 3D machined carbon fiber, the milled titanium, hidden stop pins, ceramic ball bearings, 3D machined pocket clip with more tritium, the over travel stock? Guys, this would cost at least 500 bucks, if not more. Even if it was Spyderco made in Taiwan, which is one of their better factories, of course, but it would still cost a boatload of money from them. From a custom maker, this could easily get into the $1,000 range. Guys, this knife cost $170. With shipping from Russia is $209. Now, like I said before, it's manufactured in China as far as I know. Or they at least source the parts from China and they bring it to Russia and they assemble it there. Either way, it is, like I said earlier, no slouch in the quality department. Take a look at that centering. Perfect. The action, excellent. Blade play, yeah, right, none at all, guys. I've been carrying this around for a little while. I mean, just the attention to detail. Let's see if I could bring that in so you can see the chamfering. The jimping back here is not sharp enough to hurt you, and you just about clear it after you flip the knife open. You see? Just like that. And I land well clear of it. This jimping isn't the most functional jimping in the world, but it's not going to hurt you. Guys, I really can't think of anything wrong with this knife. I'm trying to find something wrong with it. Now, one thing I want to make clear is I'm not saying that you should not spend your money here and that you should spend your money on overseas produced items to screw American makers and all that stuff. That's not the case here, guys. I just saw a cool knife that was beautifully executed, very well done, and you're getting a ton for your money. It was $209 shipped for $209. You're getting 500 plus worth of knife. And like I said about American makers, guys, I'm gonna be one. I am an American maker. So it does me no service at all to tell you to go and buy overseas. But this is an excellent knife, and you guys needed to see it. I was very excited to get this in front of the camera to show you guys. So again, this is the Daboia, the Viper, a type of Viper. I think it's a Russell Viper. I'll leave a link for the knife along with some of the specs. I'll weigh it and all that stuff off camera, just because who cares about that stuff? I mean, I guess you care, but you get the idea. I was just more excited to show you this, especially my first knife review ever. But I'll leave that in the description. Now guys, there's one thing, it is out of stock right now, but they are coming back. Alright, so start stacking some pennies away, because this one is worth it. Absolutely all day, all night worth the money. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.